All right, lads, welcome back to me podcast, Cheaper Than Therapy. Mick Thomas here. How are you? Thanks for joining me and liking, subscribing, and sharing where all you get your podcast from. Appreciate that. Also, check out, I don't know if you've been listening to the other podcast with my good friend Corey Brooks, the Manxiety podcast, and it's a little bit more serious. Talk about suicide and stuff like that. All the stuff you want to laugh at. No, it's just a little bit of a change for me to talk about some stuff like that. So that's what I'm that's what the podcast's about. And again, that's available wherever you get your podcast from too. And still haven't bailed. I haven't bailed on the Almost Irish podcast yet. So we're still waiting on Dan Barry and Dennis Rooney to get the shit together so we can get the band back together and get on to our shenanigans. So yeah, cheers for joining me again. I do appreciate it. Different setting today. I figured, why go into the fucking basement, right? Why do I have to go to the basement all the time, right? Down there, I could do it here. Just I'm sick of going into the basement, hiding from the fucking cats and shit. Here's the thing. This is not going to be popular, but for those of you who already know, like I hate cats. I can't stand cats. Even this one, even the one that I own. Do you know what I mean? Because you're supposed to go like, well, you know, it's your cat. You're supposed to love your cat, aren't you? Can't stand it. Can't fucking stand it. And then someone sent me a video the other day about this cat. It was on TikTok. It was a TikTok video about a cat. This girl was on Twitch. Twitch is like another social media thing for gamers, right? So you play your fucking game and your picture's up in the top corner. And you go, oh, I'm going to go get the mushrooms now. I'm going to go down the hill and, going to up my lasers and all that shit and whatever the fuck you play on it. And people comment on it, great move, or the treasure is hidden in this thing over here. Whatever to do. That's what Twitch is. So there's been a few, which is sad, of course. There's been a few, let me adjust this here. Just a wee bit. There you go. For those of you watching on YouTube, you're welcome for that adjustment. But there's been a few, I guess, suicides on there on Twitch, right? Which is very sad. And what they do is, because it's live stream, they will just kind of say their goodbyes to people on Twitch, and they don't necessarily kill themselves on Twitch, but they will say their final goodbye, whatever, on this app. And so someone sent me a video of this girl, I'd say early 20s, I'd say, and she's crying and she's saying her goodbye to everybody, and it's time to end it all and all that stuff. Very sad story. And then her fucking cat comes in, jumps up on her lap, and puts the paws up on her and calms her down. And I guess the cat, so everyone's saying, so she didn't kill herself, so everyone's saying the cat saved her life, and so you shouldn't be so mean to your cat. My cat would fucking just drag the gun over to, my cat would get me the gun. She would fucking bite a handle and just fucking drag it over and go, hey, use that, right? Use that, but shoot yourself under the fucking chin because I want to eat your face when you're done. Does that make, that's, I fucking hate, that's the way my cat is. My cat doesn't give a shit. It's not a comfort. There's no peace with it. I can't come home and stroke the cat after a tough day or night. Can't do it. Cat doesn't give a shit. Cat comes in, can I have food? Yes, I can. I'm off then. That's it. If you don't give it the right food, it'll bite you. Fuck cats. Here's what I was saying the other day. I wish that cats were responsible for COVID. You see where I'm going with this? We just round up all the cats. I'm sorry. Yeah, your cat too. You're not coming for my cat. No, your cats too. We just rounded them up like St. Patrick did for all the snakes in Ireland, and we rounded up all the cats and just fucking dunked them in a lake or whatever. Bit more humane, maybe a needle. I'm not saying be cruel to them. I don't like cruelty to animals, but it would be funny if cats carried the coronavirus. It would be fucking funny. Speaking of that's still going on too, isn't it? That's still a thing. So you remember last week I was talking about the mask thing, and here in New York, and especially on Long Island, not as I'm in the city this week, so I'll see what it's like in there. But since the new mandate came in, But New York has been kind of, every place has the sign up with the masks, but some people don't give a shit, and some people do. And I'm not. Again, I am an anti-masker kind of in a way. I'm not about let's do what's right. I like doing what's right, but let's be honest, the mask isn't a thing. It's not a thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's. I was going to say like a crucifix for vampires, but that actually works. Science has proven that. But so I don't want to argue with the person on minimum wage when you walk in the door. So I always have one in my pocket. I wear one at my gym just because the people there are nice and it comes from up above. So I go into Chipotle and I went in. It was me and my wife went in to get something for the kids, and I said, "Fuck it, I'll get a burrito while I'm in here." And there was a young person, again, someone in her early 20s, and she loved the power. I think it was love the power of, it wasn't, because some people said, like, no one's really said anything to me, actually, now that you mention it. A few customers, I told you that story about that guy in Target that yelled, but nobody has kind of really given me a hard time. And if you did say something to me, I would put it on. You know my stance on this. But this girl, I walked in and my wife was who masks up. She beside me, got the mask, ordering the food for my daughter. I'll get this. She wants that and this, that, the other, whatever. And then I went, all right, how are you? Can I get a burrito, please? And immediately the girl went, instead of just saying like, could you just put your, I'm sorry, I need to ask you, could you put your mask on? She's like, I'm not serving you unless you have a mask on. I'm not helping you unless you have a mask. Very cunty. And as she was saying, I put my hand in my pocket, I was about to put up my mask, and she's like, I can't help you unless you have a mask. Or I'm not going to help you. That's what it was. Not I can't. It's like, I'm not going to help you unless you have a mask. So like, all right, let me try this. So I kind of took my hand back out of my pocket. So sorry, what was that? She goes, I'm not helping you. And I went, okay, I understand, fair enough. So I turned to my wife and went, can you get me a burrito, please? So my wife went, can we have a burrito? And then she went, what kind of rice? White rice. And then it went down the whole fucking burrito, just like that. Again, it was one of those moments where you fucking morons. I still got the burrito, and I didn't have my mask on because I had a spokesperson who had the mask on. Do you understand the mentality of it? This is what I'm talking about. Yeah, I've said it 100 times. I'll say it 101 times today. I'm all about the rules, but the rules have to make sense. So I ordered my burrito through a third party, and they were fine. And there was I got my burrito. Fucking hell. And then the guy wraps it, and he here's the thing about burrito. Nobody wraps a burrito well anymore. What they do is they always ask you having it here or take out. And they want you to take it out because they know once they squeeze every fucking thing into the burrito, it's now your problem when you get home. It's not. I saw he fucking overly did it, and he wrapped it in. I'm like, mate, this is your department. I want to order a burrito. You decide how much stuff you can fit into the burrito to wrap it up properly. This is your job. My job is to pay for it and fucking eat it. I want to eat it. Your job is to, you know what I mean? You're the expert. So I go in and I order a burrito, and he fucking rolls it every. And I go, you're going to have to give me a bowl with that. He's like, there's no way that's going to stay together. He's like, what? And he looked to the person next to him like, I goes, no, you know what you're doing. It's not going to, and I'm not like this. I'm not like this anymore. I don't like arguing with people, but sometimes people, like, I have to see the good in people. I try to see, what are they going through today? What's their struggle today? Is he new at wrapping burritos? I'm trying to help. I'm trying to understand the situation. And he would just look at me like, I just put it in a bowl, please. He goes, yeah, but do you want the burrito in a bowl? Yes, put the burrito in a bowl because that's all just going to fall apart. I should have just got a burrito bowl. But he's got to learn. He's got to learn. So I left. I walked out with a burrito that I ordered. I was told to wear a mask on, but I went through the third party and didn't have to wear a mask because of fucking another, I guess, a life hack. Do it. If you like doing that, if you want to stand your ground for that kind of stuff, do that as an experiment. Bring someone with you, make them wear the mask, have them say you can't order, but then have that person, and just watch the malfunction on their fucking brain that you hacked the system. Like, watch them fucking go, oh shit, they hacked the system. It's hilarious. It's worth it. It's worth the work. It really is. And then COVID is getting It's a bit big, innit? It's unnecessary. That is unnecessary. I'm one of those people now. You know what I mean? Like, I'll drink water. 2022, I'm going to drink my water. Anyway, so the cases are rising again as this year comes to a close. And yeah, the cases are rising. And there was something that here in town, there was on the local fucking, which I don't watch the news, but local news. When you turn on a television, it's set, at least on Long Island, it's set to go to right to News 12. The local news first of all, the news in general is shit, but there's nothing worse than local news. They talked about the airport being backed up, right, on Christmas. So what do? They get a reporter, they drive, they get out of a fucking van, they stand there with Terminal 5 behind them in the background, and they're going, hey, the air control, blah. Just go back to your studio, green screen in a fucking airport. We're okay with that, and then tell your story to there. Don't get bundled up. Drive to fucking John F. Kennedy Airport, JFK as it's known on the streets, and just fucking report from. Do the same thing. We're not extra impressed that you did that, but I fucking hate local news. So you turn on the television and local news it's programmed that it's number 12 comes on because it's News 12, and it just starts playing the news. So I don't watch it. So I was trapped as I was trying to find, I don't know, Ray Donovan or a Christmas movie. That's what I was trying to watch, a Christmas movie. I'll tell you about that in a minute. It's a Wonderful Life I was watching, which I'd never seen before. But anyway, I'll get to that in a second. So, what was I talking about now? Oh, COVID. So they're saying COVID cases have gone up on News 12. So on News 12 they were saying, locally in the town, they're like another two people died of COVID. And it's scary, right? It's scary. And then it cuts to the family members talking about, because there's nothing else. There's nothing else for them to do. There's nothing else to report on Long Island. There's really not. Then it cuts to the family, and the two people that died, one was 95 and the other one was 96 years of age, and it was sad. And I'm like, what the like, that's your job. Like, why is this a story? Did they die from COVID? You're 96. A cold would have taken you out, not just COVID. And I don't mean to sound insensitive, I really don't, but you're 96. You're 95. You've run your course. Do you know what I mean? Like, you could. I had to go to Christmas Eve. I shouldn't tell the story, but I won't say who it was. But I had to link arms. You know when you do that with an old person, you link them as they go down the steps, and the person there was like in their 90s. God bless them, healthy age, nice to get there. But there's 3 small steps I had to help her down. 1, 2, 3. If I wasn't there, those steps would have taken her out. Gone. Over. That's it. Right? Would have been a very bleak Christmas. Not for me. I love Christmas. Nothing can bring me down on Christmas. But you know what I mean? You're 96, 95, 94. Once you get to that stage where 3 little steps would have taken you out, if you did, you're done. So don't put that down as a COVID death. Do you know what I mean? Like, don't put that COVID death down. 2 more COVID deaths. Now look at the cases. It's not a COVID death. If she fucking sneezed the wrong way, or he sneezed the wrong way, they're gone. That's it. It's not a COVID death. Let's be honest. So look, when you get to a certain age, right? Well, I think is when you start messing up like when you stop giving gifts that are worth anything, then it's time to go. It's just time to go. You know what I mean? You don't really. I remember when I was younger, I loved my Nanny Thomas. Nanny Thomas, she lived in Hill Street in Wexford. Loved my Nanny Thomas. I'd be out on the green playing football with all the lads, right? And I would see her come walking up, and I'd run down to the end of Ashfield Drive. That's where I lived. Nanny, hello, how are you? Great to see you. You know, and I go down and see her, and she go, oh, hello, Wayne. That's not my name. I go, right, that's it. She's done. It's time to take her out. She doesn't even know who I am anymore. What's the point? I didn't look at all like my brother. If anything, I was chubby. He was skinny, right? He played a lot more football than I did. Soccer. It's gone. What's the point? We don't need Nanny Thomas anymore. Nanny Thomas needs to go. What'd you get for Christmas off your nanny? Oh, I got a new what was that, Commodore 64 game. My friend Ian, a few doors down. Your nanny gave you a Commodore 64 game? Yeah, Double Dragon, great game. What did you get? An apple off Nanny Thomas. It's time to go, right? That you've done your purpose. That's what old people do. That's your finish line. That's your gauge of when it's time to go. And again, I know it's insensitive, but I said, you know, come on. You're old. COVID didn't kill you. I'm not wearing a mask and arguing in Chipotle, having a third party just because a 96-year-old died. Come on. But anyway, so I was watching It's a Wonderful Life. I'd never seen it before, and a lot of people talk, like, especially in America, right? They talk about A Christmas Story. Christmas Story is the greatest Christmas movie ever. They say dog shit. A Christmas Story is dog shit. Sorry, it really is. Same stuff. It's just, I don't know. Just this. I don't know if it's nostalgia. Terrible movie. Terrible movie. So, on the couch Christmas Day, eating tons of chocolate. That's all I've been doing. I've gained 20 pounds, I think. I really have. I'm fucking getting massive. But I'm watching It's a Wonderful Life, and I gotta be honest, I fucking loved it. I really did. It's way ahead of its time. It was way ahead of its time. What's his name? Stuart? What's his name? I don't know his name. Stuart something? John? That's not John Stewart. That's, I don't know what it is. I don't know what his name, but it's like he really, like, he the acting was good, but he gets it, man. Like, he comes out with something, like, in this scene in this movie. If you haven't seen it, you should check it out. But if you have seen it, you know to see him talk about where he just comes home at the end of the day and some shit's going on. And he fucking snaps at his whole family. I'm like, yeah, Jimmy Stewart, that's it. Yeah, Jimmy Stewart. And he just comes in and he fucking rips his family apart. He just, after a long day, could you get these goddamn kids away from me? I'm paraphrasing now. You know, I'm paraphrasing. You know what I mean? Well, why do we gotta live in this small shitty house? It's so drafty. His daughter's playing the piano. He's like, will you shut the fuck up? Will you shut that shit off? Do you know how many times I wanted to say that when you just hear bad music being played and you go, oh, that's amazing. You're awesome. And you're just like, fucking shut up. It was phenomenal. He's just shitting on everybody. It was just, like, the whole, and he's a bitter man, right? He's a bitter man. He's basically responsible for all the town's happiness. He's had to sacrifice his own happiness for everybody else, and he just comes home and he fucking snaps, just kicks over Christmas decorations. I'm like, yeah, good for you, Stuart. I get that. Like, I know what it's like to come home, just fucking shut up. So if you've never seen it, I highly recommend you watch it. But Jimmy Stewart, man, he was that scene. And then he goes to kill him. Then he goes to commit suicide in it too. It was like, when is this a Christmas movie? When is this turn into? Where's Santa? You know what I mean? Nothing. There's nothing. But of course, the end of it turns into a Christmas movie, like a White Christmas. I wouldn't call It's a Wonderful Life a Christmas movie. I really wouldn't. But it's a fucking damn good one. It's got everything you need. It's got everything a man suffering from mental health can relate to. An ungrateful fucking family, a miserable town, giving up dreams, suicide attempts, and of course, then at the very end of it all, it's all redemption. It's all redemption. I couldn't recommend it more. I could not recommend it more. It's just, it's fucking great. Just watch it yourself and judge for yourself. Don't watch The Matrix. I watched that. That's dog shit. Just, I'm not going to go into it now, but it's just dog shit. I know you're thinking, like, but it's dog shit. Just take my word for it. You're saving yourself, I don't know, I couldn't even tell you how long it is because I walked out. I didn't walk out. I turned it off. I was in my own house. It was so bad I'm leaving the living room. Terrible movie. But anyway, I got no gigs to promote, really. I got some stuff coming up in March where I'm kind of traveling around the country doing some shows, some stand-up. Got a lot of new material that I'm working on getting it out there. So looking forward to seeing you out there. And don't forget to check out the other podcast. Again, there's all episodes up of the Almost Irish podcast, which I still love and enjoy. Can't wait to get back onto that one. And of course, my new podcast, the Manxiety podcast, which is a little bit triggering for some people because it's a bit serious. That's available also where you get your podcast from, the Manxiety podcast. Again, it's called. So this is the last one of the year. I guess this is my last Cheaper Than Therapy of the year. Thanks so much. I hope you had a great time. Hope you guys had a great year, and I will talk to you, I guess, next year. I'll talk to you next year. So thanks for listening, liking, subscribing, and sharing, and all that stuff. Please do throw in some comments. Doesn't mean shit to you, but it kind of helps me out a little bit. So anyway, as always, wash your hands, you dirty fuckers, and take care of yourselves. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.